he's still standing. Welcome to WatchMojo.com.
I tell you this, I am not doing this video.
And today we're looking at the later years of Elton John's life and career from 1977 to the present.
In the circle of life is the wheel of fortune.
Frazzled and burnt out from drug abuse and a hectic touring schedule, Elton John retired from live concerts in 1977 and began releasing only one album annually. He also turned to lyricists other than Bernie Taupin and issued some relatively forgettable albums. But soon, John made his performing comeback by becoming one of the first Western artists to tour the Soviet Union. He also reunited with the original Elton John band for a huge free concert in Central Park in September 1980. 2 years later, he released Jump Up, which included the John Lennon tribute Empty Garden, Hey Hey Johnny.
Can you come out to play in your empty garden?
1983's Too Low for Zero marked the permanent return of Taupin on lyrics and was another hit.
And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands, good time spent with you.
John started another partnership in 1984. He married sound engineer Renata Blauel. Of the albums released during his 4-year-long marriage, all had charting singles, most notably 1985's Nikita.
Counting tempting soldiers in their row. Oh no, Nikita, you'll never know.
That year also had John team up with other stars to raise funds for the American Foundation for AIDS Research with the hit single That's What Friends Are For, and he won a Grammy for his trouble. However, he soon got a wake-up call. His ongoing smoking and drug abuse caused so much damage he required throat surgery in early 1987 that left his voice forever changed. The last few albums of the 80s pleased fans, but only 1988's Red Strikes Back charted in the US Top 20.
Just wanna tell you, honey, I ain't mad, but I don't wanna go under you like that.
To support that record, he filled Madison Square Garden for 5 shows. 1988 included another defining moment for John. He symbolically sold all his old costumes at auction and began combating his demons. By 1990, he quit drugs and alcohol. Meanwhile, 1989's Sleeping with the Past kept the singles coming.
It's a human sign when things go wrong.
In 1991, a live duet with George Michael of his already huge song Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me came out, and was eventually featured on the album Duets along with other Elton John musical matchups.
Don't go breaking my heart. Don't go breaking my, I won't go breaking your heart.
1992's The One proved Elton John was still relevant. That year, he also established the Elton John AIDS Foundation after losing friends Freddie Mercury and Ryan White to the disease, and began donating all proceeds from his single sales to the cause. However, 1994 marked his true comeback. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and teamed up with Tim Rice to pen the soundtrack to Disney's The Lion King. Of the film's several hit songs, Can You Feel the Love Tonight earned John both a Grammy and an Oscar. In 1995, he paid tribute to his roots with Made in England and released love songs the next year. The Big Picture hit stores in 1997, just months after John lost his friends Gianni Versace and Princess Diana. He performed a reworked version of Candle in the Wind in moving tribute to Lady Di at her funeral, and this song became his biggest hit ever. It also won him another Grammy.
And your footsteps will always fall here along England's greenest hills. Your candles burned out long before your legend ever will.
Elton John then transitioned to theater by adapting The Lion King into a stage show in 1997, and by penning the Tony and Grammy Award-winning Aida with Tim Rice the following year. 1998 also saw John knighted by Queen Elizabeth II. Between releasing albums, pioneering Billy Elliot the musical, and tackling Las Vegas stage shows, Elton John stayed busy. In 2005, he entered a civil union with his longtime partner David Furnish, and the couple later had baby Zachary Jackson Levon Furnish John via a surrogate. John also toured with fellow piano man Billy Joel, performed with Lady Gaga,
And you could tell everybody, oh, this is your song.
lent his music to the soundtrack of Romeo and Juliet, and collaborated with Leon Russell on 2010's The Union. Elton John has boasted over 50 hit songs through his career and has sold over 250 million albums, making him one of history's most successful musicians. He's known for his outspoken diva personality, eccentric costumes, and blend of varied influences. But it's his genius as a pianist, songwriter, and vocalist that keeps this bitch coming back.